She walked out in bed, really.
It's 3 p.m. on July 13th, 2022, and Florida police have just received a call that a female worker from the Jamaican party scene had been found dead in her apartment in one of the most insane ways anyone had ever seen.
Sir, she's no longer here.
Blood had covered the entire scene, and 23-year-old Kayla Hodgson was on the ground unresponsive with over 37 stab wounds, each made with so much hatred and passion that they were even found in her face. Nobody had any idea who could possibly do something so hate-filled and disturbing. After all, nobody from the area had any problems with Kayla, but there was one person who nobody would have ever suspected, and that was because she was from 1,000 miles away.
She was really mentally psycho. Like, the girl would not leave Kayla alone.
It was about a year prior that Kayla had begun interactions with a man named Terrence. The two met in New York, and while it started out casual, repeated interactions would lead to more serious emotions being placed on the table. On the surface, this appeared to be fine, but what people did not know was that Terrence actually already had a girlfriend, a Jamaican woman who went by the name of Sakiyna Thompson, and unfortunately somebody who would become very important in our story. As a 28-year-old Jamaican nail tech living in New York, Sakiyna appeared to everybody scrolling through her page as if she was living her best life, even posting content about her very public relationship with Terrence. However, no matter how things look online, the real world is often a very different story. And as time would go on, the two would develop more and more issues of their own that were extremely toxic. Because there's one thing I forgot to mention. Sakiyna was viewed by many people around her as one of those girls who's literally crazy, the type to do anything for a man. And the constant jealousy and arguments must have eventually driven Terrence to his breaking point, because although he was technically cheating on her with Kayla, he actually did try to end the relationship multiple times, even going so far as to call her not his girlfriend. But that was not enough for her to abandon what she saw as the relationship that defined her entire life, and so she refused to believe that the connection was over, genuinely believing the delusion that this was still her man. But that was of course until the day reality was forced into her brain, when she did her usual searches of Terrence's phone and found a chat with another girl, and it was in that moment she would learn that he had been seeing Kayla Hodgson, and absolutely lost her mind. While nobody can know exactly what she said to Terrence after she found out about Kayla's existence, what we can see is what she posted on social media.
Buy me a gun, and I'ma come back here and set this motherfucker off.
I still got one bitch, I'ma smack the wig off.
And around this point, you can see where everything would take a dark turn, because it was after this that a very uncanny pattern would start. A pattern regarding Kayla, and one that some would even call obsession.
She was getting harassed with prank calls.
Is it threatening calls or?
More like, you girl my from Miami, they'll say on the phone, and they'll be like, oh, you're a whore, leave my man alone, like just stuff like that.
Sakiyna would call Kayla as an anonymous person to tell her to back off, along with all manner of vile things.
So the girlfriend seemed to know every time they start talking?
Yes.
And do you know how that is?
No, the girl crazy.
Excuse me.
She had a tracker in his car. That's how she found out that they went out to eat, that he was picking her up. But for the most part, there's not one time that she did not know.
And this would become a key detail, because Sakiyna knowing exactly where and when her man was with Kayla would open the door for a new breed of opportunities to arise. Opportunities like the chance to make it physical.
Have you ever met her in person?
Yes.
And where was that at?
She was waiting for Kayla at a lounge when we were in New York.
Why was she waiting for her there?
Probably to fight her. So she went there in some sweats, hair tied back, you know, looking to fight. So we get there, we park the car, and he's calling her the whole time she's driving there and telling her, don't go inside, don't go inside, don't go inside. Please don't go inside, I'm begging you. Don't go inside, showtime, don't go inside. And she's looking like confused, like, why? And I'm looking at her and I'm telling her, like, the girl has to be inside, you know? Like, there's no other reason why he don't want you to go in there, like. And then I looked down and I seen her.
After this entire nightmare scenario that almost turned ugly, Kayla did what any normal person would do when faced with somebody this unstable. She took her phone and blocked her on all platforms. After many weeks of enduring the harassment, this was supposed to be the end of their communication. However, to a person like Sakiyna, pushing her away only activates her obsession even further. And this sent her rage to a whole new level. And what started off as a simple love triangle would now take one of the darkest turns things that we would ever see. On July 12th, Sakiyna would reach her breaking point as records showed that she would board a 1,000-mile flight all the way from New York to Florida, the exact place where Kayla lived. Not only that, but she also booked her flight with a return date already booked for 2 days in advance, almost like she already knew exactly how long this trip was going to take her. Nobody knew it at the time, but this woman was here for no other reason than to fulfill a dark and twisted plan. She decided that there was only one way to end the situation with Kayla once and for all. She booked a hotel and set up a full disguise: a black coat, a Yankees cap pulled low, a black COVID mask, sweatpants, and even went as far as to set up a fake Uber account so that any ride she took to Kayla's apartment would be traced back to absolutely nobody. Nobody around her knew what she was planning, but she was ready. And by the time she landed in Florida in the early hours of July 13, she made her way to Kayla's apartment with no hesitation. It's around this time that we can now see the security camera footage of her walking through Kayla's apartment complex in search of her room, wearing the exact same disguise that she had put together. But if this girl did not appear crazy enough, you would be even more shocked to find out that she actually did not know exactly which room Kayla lived in. She came here with the plan to knock on every single door and look for Kayla through trial and error. And just before she would get to Kayla's door, she would unfortunately knock on the door of an innocent teenager.
It was around like 2:30 maybe. I heard a knock at the door, so I looked through the peephole. I seen there was a woman, and when I opened the door and I poked my head out, and she told me that she looked like someone took her bag. Like she put a bag down on the stairs, walked around the complex, told me she came back and her bag was gone. And she said, I knocked on everybody's door, or I'm knocking on everybody's door on this floor because somebody on this floor took it. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have your bag, whatever. Then she asked me how old I was. So I'm 16, whatever. And I closed the door. She left. Then about like 20 minutes later, I started hearing banging at the door. Like it was like somebody was aggressively banging. But I called my mom. She had on like kind of like a coat, a Yankees cap, like black sweatpants.
And you said she was wearing a mask. Do you remember what kind of mask?
A black COVID mask.
You were shown a photo lineup, and during that, you selected someone. And you're stating here today that that person you circled or their picture of is the same person you believe was at the door that night.
Yeah.
And do you recall, or how certain you are that that's the same person?
95.
And little did he know that by ignoring that final knock, he may have just saved his life. But unfortunately, the trial and error would continue until around 5 a.m. when she would knock on a door and the person who answered was Kayla. And what happened next was one of the most brutal and horrifying instances of human behavior that many people would ever witness. Investigators would piece together a violent struggle from the moment that the door came open, with glass shattering, a hookah base breaking apart on the floor, and blood tracked not just by the front entrance but dragged and smeared through the kitchen into Kayla's bedroom, into her closet and the bathroom. It was obvious that Kayla was fighting for survival, hard enough that she tore her own fingernail fighting for her life. But unfortunately, Sakiyna had a weapon, and by the time it was over, Kayla had been stabbed 37 times. And moments later, video footage would capture one of the creepiest things of this entire case. Sakiyna would be seen leaving the scene of the crime, except this time she was no longer wearing her disguise that she came in, but instead was covered head to toe in Kayla's clothing. As the morning sun would arrive, Kayla's body would be found and the police were called. Sakiyna may have thought that she had gotten away with the crime, but her downfall had only just begun.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Oh, ma'am, I don't know the address. I just came.
Okay, what is the apartment number? Do you know if that has a building number?
I could go downstairs and check. 1 second, please. 1 second.
Stay on the phone with me. What's your phone number?
Hold on, now. Hold on. Oh, my God.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
As officers arrived on the scene, many had no idea of the intensity of what they were about to walk into.
No, with her mom, is a flight attendant. No one there.
How do you have access to the house?
I can't.
Don't touch anything. Leave your hands exactly the way they are.
I didn't have.
7 Bravo 1. How far is Bravo 2?
I didn't have access. I've been. Yeah.
Yes. 200. What number?
200.
How did you get access?
I don't have access. I've been calling her all morning, and she wasn't answering the phone. And I came here the first time, and I just knocked. And I was like, I seen her car. I didn't see her park in the parking lot. She always parking in the handicap. So when I came back the second time, I seen her car outside. I'm like, she has to be here. So when I came, I knocked really hard, and she has a little dog, and she didn't answer. So I just tried the door, and when I opened the door, she was on the floor.
The door was unlocked.
Yeah, the door was unlocked.
Of course, being the only person on the scene and the person to have found Kayla's body, the police immediately have their attention on the only man they have in front of them. However, it's too soon to draw any conclusions, and so they make their way to actually move to the scene of the crime.
So have you been in the house?
Just have, yes, and I just came the second
Did
time.
you see anybody in the residence?
No.
I just want to get some more information
No.
before I get in there.
No.
Okay. Alright. When I'm done with this, stay tight. I'm running to talk to a lot.
No problem, no problem.
And just try not to touch anything with your hands.
Okay, y'all, I'll touch
I'm not
with the
even
door
having
and
you go
everything.
back in right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it a 1 or a 2 bedroom?
It's a 2-bedroom.
Was she on any medication, anything?
No, not that I know. She worked a party last night, and then that was it. And I called her this morning. I was calling her this morning, texting her, and she was her phone was delivering it to me.
Who is she to you? Sorry.
She's like my girlfriend.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to,
Yes, she's like my girlfriend. Yes. Yes.
Does she have
Right
any
here,
children?
right here. No children, just a little dog. 200 right here. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Okay. Stay with him. Stay with him. Greg, you and me. Give us a second, guys. This one? Yes.
Yes. She's gonna be right there when you go in.
Yep.
Yeah, she's right there.
As police move inside, the sight they are met with is nothing short of horrific. To find someone you were intimate with laying there in such a disfigured state is nothing more than one of the most traumatizing experiences a human can endure. But we would see the true extent of his suffering when the police would ask him the necessary questions to see if he was really the one who may have had something to do with it.
About a year.
And true, is it girlfriend, ex-girlfriend?
No, it's like
Messing around?
Yeah, we're messing around. No.
Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry that you're going through this. We're going to do everything we can to help you out. We'll be here for you, all right? I appreciate you talking to me and being cooperative and calm, all right? We're going to have a million questions to ask you. Just bear with us, all right? Do me a favor. Just like your hands, don't like wipe them all over. Just leave them there.
This from me pumping her chest. They told the paramedics told me on the phone to pump her chest.
No problem. Okay, so how do you know her?
That's like my girlfriend. We've been messing around for like over a year now.
Okay. I'm moving because of COVID and all that shit. So
okay, you want to stay here? I'm sorry.
No, I'm not trying to be rude. Oh, it's okay. So you've been dating her for about a year?
Yes.
Are you her only boyfriend?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Just
no
messing
problem.
around.
Okay. And for about a year.
Yes.
How did you meet her?
We met at a party through mutual friends.
Okay.
One of her friends deals with one of my friends.
Who does she live here with?
Her mother's a travel attendant.
Mother is a traveling attendant?
Not a travel attendant,
flight attendant?
Flight attendant, I'm sorry.
Just to be clear, this man is not to be confused with Terrence, the guy who was actually dating Sakiyna. This is a different man named Revelto Robinson who Kayla was also seeing at the time. Just going to show that she was in fact a single woman with no obligations to any particular man, and yet she was killed for simply exercising that autonomy. Still, they try to piece together the clues as to how they might find Kayla's killer, and Revelto leaves them some important information that may come in handy.
What happened? When's the last time you spoke to her?
Yesterday.
Yesterday at what time?
Right before she went to. Matter of fact, I came here yesterday to pick up some money from her around. I say I got here around 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock yesterday, and then she broke the party.
And she was here?
She was here. It was her and her dog.
You said you picked up money from her?
Yeah, I picked up money from her. I had some money because I do real estate.
Okay.
And I had some money wired to her. I got the money from her. This morning, today I got up, I called her. She wasn't answering because I know she worked the party last. I know she's a bottle girl at a party.
She what?
She's a bottle girl at a party. She works a Jamaican party every weekend.
So then what? You called her when?
I called her.
Or she called you or what?
No, I called her this earlier this afternoon, or in the AM, like 10.
Okay, and then did you speak to her?
No, I didn't speak to her. And I sent her a text, and my text said deliver. And then after a while, her phone just started doing like, it just started, as soon as I called it, automatically just hung up. It didn't ring, it didn't do anything. So I was like, I was kind of getting angry. I'm like, yo, so I was texting her, I'm like, yo, why you not answering the phone? So now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna swing by. I'm gonna come by. When I came by the first time, she usually parks in the handicap because she has a handicap sticker. So I parked outside of the outside of the handicap, and I didn't see her car. So I'm like, all right, let me just come knock. I knocked on the door. I heard her dog, but she didn't come, and she's a person, she doesn't leave her dog, especially if her mother's not here. So I was like, okay, whatever. I went back. I left. I went to go get something to eat, and I was like, I'm still calling her and texting her. It's still the same thing. So I drove back again to see if she came back home or anything.
Did you see her car down there at all?
When I came back the second time, I went around the loop. I looked through the gate. I seen her car parked on the outside of the apartment complex. So now I come up. Now I'm banging on the door because I'm like, your car is here. I'm banging on the door, and then I just checked the door. And when I checked the door, it opened, and she was right there.
Hold on 1 second. Is she handicapped?
No, she's not.
Why does she normally park in handicap?
She got handicaps to cover.
Oh, she usually parks.
There's nothing obvious handicap. She may have something else.
No, she doesn't have anything. Nothing else wrong with her. She just has a handicap sticker.
No, I haven't been there yet. When you opened the door, where was she at when you opened it?
Just how she is now.
I didn't see her yet.
Okay, so she's facing, her head is facing this way, and her arms is out right here. Right here. As soon as you walk in by the island, in the kitchen on the left side of the island.
When you saw her there, what happened? What did you do?
After I called them, they kept me on the phone. They told me to go back inside and pump on her chest. And so they stood on the phone, coach me, pump on her chest. And then that's when I heard you guys, the ambulance.
Revelto tells the story of how he thought Kayla was ignoring her, and that's why he ended up going inside the apartment, but then ended up being greeted with the horrific sight. The reason her blood is on his hands is because he was in fact trying to save her life.
Has she been depressed? Has she been saying things she wants to hurt herself? Right?
No, she's not that type of person. She's not that type of person. She's a happy-go-lucky person. She's happy.
When you picked up money from her yesterday at 7, was everything cool then?
Yeah, everything was good. Everything was cool with us. Everything was cool with her.
Okay. Put your hands. I just want to see you. Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit.
Oh, back up.
A little. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. This obviously it looks like. What hand are you? Right-handed or left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Left-handed. Okay. Just don't do me a favor. Just don't wipe your hand. Just leave your hands like that.
I walked in and she was on the floor, and I was pumping her chest. I seen like blood coming from her neck, like she had a cut on her neck. Bro, I don't know, bro. I asked D-Boy, did he see her at the club last night? Because you was with her, so she went to work. Yeah, because I didn't talk to her this early. Yeah. Because she in her night robe, so you feel me? She was home chilling.
Revelto soon ends up talking to a mutual friend about what happened, and the news spreads like wildfire. Before long, Kayla's entire family is made aware, and the news is soul-crushing, with moments later her cousin speeding over to the scene.
When's the last time you spoke to your cousin?
He spoke on Instagram, I think, yesterday. I see my cousin all the time.
Do you know her mom?
Yes. My aunt is coming. My aunt is a flight attendant. That's my mom.
Your mom? What? Your mom's here?
My mom is here. My mom is here.
Is that her mom?
No, that's her aunt.
Okay.
So,
where's her mom?
Her mom is a flight attendant. She's working on a flight. I just finally got in touch with her. So she's coming back right now.
She knows this?
Yeah, she's supposed to come at 8:30.
She's supposed to come in at 8:30?
Yeah.
They live together?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you hear about anything?
Her best friend.
Who is that? What's her name?
Janisa.
Janisa? What did she say?
She said that a guy my cousin talks to told someone that she talks to that he came here and found my cousin. Is that really my cousin? That really?
I haven't been in there. I don't know.
What's the is she in the house?
It's an ongoing investigation, so check it in.
I
We
need
can't
to see
share
her.
too much. You know, we want to. You can't share too much.
Please. Can I see my cousin, please?
So I'm gonna take this snap to her with the branch here.
Oh my God, she's dead.
Very sorry for your loss. So, what's your name, ma'am? Melanie?
Is anybody here with you, Mom?
My family,
Alright, let's go. I'm gonna bring it to them, okay? And then I'll talk to you and I'll talk to your family.
You need help getting up? Come on. Come on. Come on. Look up. Okay?
Sorry, Mom. Can't let you in right now. Sorry, Mom. Can't let you in right now. I know. I'm sorry.
Sir, she's no longer here.
Where is she?
She went in the van, sir.
The police try their best, but there truly is no easy way to deliver such devastating information. But things would get a lot more complicated when the rest of Kayla's family would arrive, and they would have one request. Before they take away Kayla's body and find the killer, they at least want to pray over her one last time. Something that should be simple, but the police would seem that they had other intentions.
Mom, do you want to sit down? You guys can hang out here if you want.
Can we go there? It's just more privacy.
I understand, ma'am. We're going to be bringing the body down pretty soon. Okay.
But when they bring the body down, we're able to.
I can't answer those questions. I have no idea.
We spoke with them. They
Okay.
said we're at least able to pray over her.
Okay. Well, I'll let body removal. They'll know for that. But I'd appreciate if you guys just hang out over here until we figure that out. All right. I'm trying to have the detectives come over here and talk to you guys and just give you the gist of everything.
Yeah, because her mom just got here, so.
I understand. She got off the flight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just please be with her.
Yeah.
I know she's upset.
As time would pass on and Kayla's body was brought down, whether because they wanted to avoid contamination of evidence or because they simply felt as if they didn't have time for these sorts of things, it would become clear that the police had no intention of honoring the family's final request to their daughter. And this does not end well.
Wait. Let me pray over her. You guys promised me I could pray over her. Please, you guys promised me.
Just wait.
But why are they loading her?
Just wait a second. Where's Mom? Where's Mom?
She's right here.
Hey.
Listen, please.
I get
She's
it.
right there. You guys don't get it. Please.
Let me talk to Mom.
She's
Let me
right
talk to
there.
Mom.
Wait, hold on. Mommy come here.
Wait, listen.
Are you Mom? Who's Mom?
Hold on, Mommy's coming.
Mom is coming.
Okay.
Listen, I asked earlier, whoever it was earlier, before you guys take her and put her in, can we please pray over her? Nobody's gonna touch her.
We can't have a lot of people over there.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
let's have. Where's Mom?
She's coming. She just got here.
Just wait for Mom.
She just got here.
Yeah, just put it here. Nobody's touching her.
How many?
Okay. You will have 3 people go up. Mom can have her and 2 other people. Okay, that way we don't have a lot of people there because it's very emotional.
I know.
All right.
But I'm the one who asked for this
Okay.
because I did cadaver transport. But nobody's touching anything.
Okay.
I understand that. We just want to pray over her.
Mom's not coming.
No.
Okay. Then let's. Did you want to go?
Yeah, can I please?
Okay.
Please.
Just,
I'm her
I'm not
grandma.
the family. You're her grandma.
Your family,
Okay,
your
grandma.
family.
Why don't you just take 2 people up with you? You don't have to. Okay. As long as you don't touch her, we'll stay back.
We will not
That's
touch
fine.
her.
That mom.
Okay.
She can't raise her, so we
Okay.
both go.
We're not gonna touch her. Okay, listen. Oh, you better take a moment.
father is just learning.
Okay, she's gonna
Seeing your loved one in that state, one of the most heartbreaking things a human being can experience. Everybody wondered who in their right mind would do something so heinous and evil. But as the questions were asked, they would come to find out that perhaps somebody in their right mind in fact would not do this. But there was one person that when it came to the concept of the right mind, they were far from it.
She was really mentally psycho. Like, mentally, the girl would not leave Kayla alone. Mind you, this guy talks to many other girls in New York. Like, I've gone to New York and I've gone out and he's with a different female. But I think the fact that Kayla was gorgeous, you know, she had the body and everything, like Terrence was just after her, and that was just a persistent thing with her. It wasn't just a one night, you know? It was persistent, and he would work on it. He would fly her out. He would send her food. Like, you know, it was persistent. I feel like she felt like she was a threat. Okay. And I don't know, I was sitting at home and I don't know, everybody kept asking me, like, do you know anybody that Kayla had problems with? Do you know anybody that didn't like her? You know, nothing triggered to me, and then all of a sudden it just hit me. Like, I forgot about this girl would literally antagonize Kayla for no reason. Like, come after your man, don't come after Kayla.
This is where police would conduct the interview with Kayla's best friend, where we would find out everything that we played earlier in the video, and this would absolutely change everything. Because the fact is, when somebody dies, the only people who can even be suspected are the ones who obviously are even physically capable of having been the one to commit the crime. Nobody would even think to look at a woman who lived 1,000 miles away, and perhaps that's what made Sakiyna think she would get away with it. But as Kayla's best friend would tell them all about their relationship, the prank calls, the disrespect, and even the pulling up in real life, as far as the police were concerned, this woman was now their #1 and only real suspect. Even discovering that Sakiyna had sent Kayla DMs on Instagram.
The 29th, me and Kayla worked a party. So the party we worked in New York, they came.
When you say they, you mean Terrence and
Terrence
friends?
And his friends. So we go back there now, and Kayla and him are kicking it off. He takes off his ring and puts it on Kayla's hand. So now all of the friends that are around are recording videos and stuff like that, and one of them is recording Kayla, and you see the ring on the hand.
It's like a real distinctive ring? Or?
Yeah, it's a big ring.
Okay.
Very big, distinct ring. Kayla's dancing, and you see the ring, and Kayla's like, with the ring, you know, she doesn't think nothing of it. The next day, we get a DM from the girlfriend, and then she was like, the guy with the braids, was he trying to talk to you, or do y'all talk? The guy with the braids is Terrence. And then, of course, Kayla didn't respond. That's when she called the guy and was like, you know, a girl messaging me, is that your girlfriend? They went out to dinner. And when they went out to dinner the next day in the morning, she messaged her again. It's you not answering when you could be a female. The sick part is, if y'all really talking and hanging out, I want you to know I'm not coming easy on either of y'all.
I'm not going easy on either of y'all. After seeing this, the decision to look into Sakiyna would prove to be the right one, because even though she lived 1,000 miles away, records would show that just before Kayla was found, she had in fact boarded a plane. And the rest of the evidence would quickly find its way into their hands, with them even realizing that this perpetrator was actually nowhere near as smart as she thought she was, leaving behind some of the most obvious evidence you could possibly find.
There was also a pair of Prada shoes that the suspect was wearing, and these exact same Prada shoes were found on Sakiyna Thompson's Instagram profile, with her wearing those same exact shoes. He also zoomed in on when the suspect was holding up her cell phone.
One of the things that really stood out was her cell phone cover. At some point on the video, the suspect pretended like they were looking at the mailboxes for the apartment complex, and at the same time flipped over their phone. And when they flipped the phone over, I could see the wallpaper on her phone screen. And just so happens on Sakiyna Thompson's Instagram, she's holding her phone out in her hand, and same wallpapers observed on that photo.
Not long after, Sakiyna Thompson was swiftly arrested on the charge of first-degree murder. And this is where the case should have been over. But not a single soul would have expected that by the time the trial would come around, Sakiyna would go on the stand to present a completely different version of events than what actually took place.
A little, I guess you could say, jealous and like insecure. She just starts grabbing my hair and punching me. and I'm on the floor. I'm kicking. I'm trying to get up to fight back at this point because now it's a fight. I told her I was pregnant, so I felt like she was trying to hurt me and my baby. I didn't just fight for me. I fought for me and my baby. I had to change at that point because I'm like, I can't leave out of here looking like this.
Why did you feel like you had to change?
Because there was blood everywhere.
Why didn't you call the police?
I was scared. Just scared.
Okay. What were you scared of?
I was pregnant and like I just killed somebody.
This woman tried to make it seem as if it was a quote-unquote mutual struggle, as if Kayla had just attacked her and she was simply defending herself, using the fact that she was apparently pregnant with Terry's child to garner even more sympathy from the audience. But even if the garbage self-defense story was not a lie, none of that would explain why she would show up at somebody's house at 5 a.m. with a weapon already in hand, with prosecution using this to say that her account was completely different from the behavior observed in the evidence that showed very careful efforts in planning and executing this despicable crime. Of course, by this point, every single person knew Sakiyna was lying. Sakiyna knew she was lying. But perhaps the most shocking part of this all is that Terrence, the very man that Kayla ended up losing her life for, would actually come forward to openly and publicly support Sakiyna, writing a letter to the judge stating that even though he knows what happened, she is still a mother and her being unable to raise their child will have dire consequences on their son, saying that he believes Sakiyna can use this experience to become a better person and that he's begging the judge to show her some leniency in his sentence. And Sakiyna would even write a letter of her own begging to be able to give birth outside of jail as she continues to quote-unquote fight for her innocence. I don't know if this absolute buffoon believes that she is the first person to get knocked up before going to jail, but join the club, nigga. That shit don't save you from a murder charge. And once her request was declined, after all these months of waiting for justice for Kayla, when it came time for the final sentence, the judge, with the fury of fighting the injustice that was done, would finally deliver his verdict.
It's interesting that I note that the defendant was in the beauty business, and the beauty business is what led the police to the defendant to the DNA sample that was found underneath the fingernail of the victim. With that, I also understand I have no discretion whatsoever, nor would I want any discretion whatsoever with regard to this particular case. I do believe the defendant needs to go to prison. I do believe the defendant's, in this particular situation's crime was heinous in the way she tracked down, located, showed up, and then killed Ms. Thompson. With that, the court does sentence Ms. Thompson to adjudicated guilty sentence to life in prison. Under Florida's criminal punishment code, that's without parole. And she will serve the remainder of her life in prison. And anything else?
In order restitution,
Order reserve restitution. You have any court costs and will be a civil lien. With that, anything further with regard to the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. With that, Ms. Thompson, you have 30 days to appeal the sentence of court. If you cannot afford a lawyer will represent you. And I will make the pre-sentence investigation letters and the information that was presented to me a part of the court proceedings. Thank you very much. And our business is concluded for the day.
And if that wasn't crazy enough of an outcome, Kayla's very family members themselves got the chance to look Sakiyna dead in her face and say exactly what they had been storing up all this time.
First, I want you to take a look and see how many people dearly loved my sister. There are many more, and I can't say the same for you. This type of love and support will never go away, and will always be here. For the rest of your existence, you will have to look in the mirror every day, regret your decisions, and think about how foolish you are. I hope all your nights are filled with regret and loneliness, that you will never be able to see or hold your family again. Judge, I was I was advised not to say a lot more that I had to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
On July 13th, around 3:30, I received a phone call that Kayla was found dead in her home. The very first question I asked God in the midst of all my tears laying on the floor was, who would do this to Kayla? You see, Kayla was the type of person that you didn't get to meet twice in life. She had a spirit that shined so bright, every single room she walked into would light up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. She was a people person, easy to have a conversation with a stranger and leave you with the feeling that you've known her all your life. She was caring, the type to give you the shirt off her back if you were in need. She was family oriented, the one to always make the time to spend with family no matter what responsibility she had to attend to. I almost wrecked my brain out asking myself who would want to destroy such a light. Only to discover this jealous, insecure individual had the audacity to ruin my entire life. Who gave you the right to come into her home and do this to her? What makes you think you can violate someone's right of human life and take it away and just live a normal life after as if nothing has happened? Or how about the audacity of you to come up on this stand and waste taxpayer dollars and tell them a crock of garbage to everyone in the courtroom about your blackout reasoning? You sat here and you stared at me and my family, my aunt, in our eyes, taunting us for 3 long years, showing absolutely not one drop of remorse for what you've done. In fact, your stare showed an expression of, so what? Yeah, I did it, and I do it again. 37 times you displayed that you deserve a life sentence over and over again. Stalking Kayla's Instagram for months, searching Terry's phone for any possible evidence displaying their interaction, prank calling her phone for weeks pretending to be someone else. You've seen a beautiful girl with a banging body, vibrant personality, the complete, total opposite from what you see when you stand in front of the mirror. That killed you so much, you wanted to damage her face. That's why you did what you did. Your mind is so warped because the only person who benefited in this whole situation was Terry. He finally got to get rid of you. He can now enjoy his life without having to ever worry about you stalking another female interest he may have or toxically attacking him again. But know this, if Kayla was alive, even with those scars on her face, she would have still been the most beautiful girl in the room. She would be more gorgeous than you could ever be.
And to make matters even worse for Sakiyna, Terrence, the very man she is now going to prison for, is happily engaged to another woman. Her man has moved on and somebody else is now raising her child. In the end, this woman ruined her life and took the life of another over a man who didn't even value her on the most basic level. But I guess such a fate is fitting for the biggest bird ever produced by the Caribbean islands. And speaking of insane women and the Caribbean, there was another person just as crazy as Sakiyna who had the most insane crash out on a Jamaican cop, not knowing that her consequences would be twice as crazy. And if you want to see the full video of what he did, click the video on your screen right now. Subscribe to the channel for more content, and as always, this case has been decoded.